Title: My cheating wife planned to go on a cruise with her friend. But when I decided to check her suitcase, I found new lingerie and several packs of condoms. I called her friend's husband and said, "Buddy, we have bad news. Get ready. We're going to catch our wives red-handed." Chapter 1. The Suitcase of Secrets. I wasn't suspicious at first. Clara, my wife of 10 years, said she and her best friend Lacey were going on a girls-only wellness cruise. No kids, no husbands, just facials, yoga, and a break from routine. Fine, she deserved it. But something felt off. It wasn't what she said, it was how she said it. No hug before work, no goodnight kiss. And when I offered to drive her to the dock, she refused, insisted on a ride share. That's when the pit started growing in my stomach. So while she was in the shower that evening, I did something I never thought I'd do. I checked her suitcase. That's when everything shattered. Tucked between rolled-up sundresses and spa-friendly slippers, I found 2 brand new sets of black lace lingerie, a travel-size bottle of vanilla massage oil, and 3 unopened boxes of condoms not hidden, not even zipped in a side pocket. Just sitting there, like they belonged. I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at it all, heart pounding, knuckles white. But I didn't scream. I didn't storm in, because I knew this wasn't just Clara. Lacey, her best friend, was in on it too. So I picked up the phone, dialed the number of someone who deserved the truth just as much as I did. "Rick, it's Daniel. Listen closely. We've got a problem, and I think it's time we solve it together." He asked, "Is this about Lacey?" I said, "No, it's about both of them. Meet me at the cruise terminal at 5 a.m. and bring a camera." Chapter 2. The Setup. Rick showed up before sunrise. His face said everything. Pale, tight-jawed, eyes rimmed red like he'd barely slept. We stood in silence in the cruise terminal parking lot for a few seconds. Then he asked the one question I didn't have to answer. "You found proof too?" I nodded, opened the backpack I'd brought, and showed him the photos I took of Clara's suitcase. Rick flinched when he saw the condom boxes. Lacey told me she was packing light, claimed she was going off the grid for meditation and digital detox. I thought it was weird, but I trusted her. He paused, his voice trembling. "She kissed our son goodbye yesterday like she was going on a retreat." I saw the same heartbreak in his eyes that was tearing through my own chest. But we weren't here to cry. We were here to watch them fall. The game plan. We moved fast. Rick booked a last-minute cabin on the same cruise using a different name, a suite 2 decks below theirs. I had already installed a GPS tracker in Clara's suitcase and synced it to my phone. We could monitor her exact location. Rick brought a DSLR with a zoom lens and audio mic attachment. The guy once freelanced as a wedding videographer, so he knew how to shoot without being seen. The goal wasn't just to catch them, it was to document everything. "We don't confront," I said. "We observe, we record, we make them confess, not with words, but with what we already have." Boarding day. We watched from a cafe across the terminal entrance. At 6:12 a.m., the betrayal came waltzing in with sunglasses and smug grins. Clara and Lacey, matching cruise bags, laughing like they were teenagers on spring break. And right behind them, 2 men, not friends, not relatives. Men who looked like they knew exactly what kind of vacation this was. They kissed, right there in the terminal. Quick, intimate kisses. Clara's hand trailed down the back of her friend's neck like she was saying goodbye to her boyfriend, not her travel buddy. Rick's grip tightened on the camera, but he kept recording. "We got them," he muttered. "Now we burn them." Chapter 3. The Ship of Lies. Rick and I boarded under aliases, Different decks, different boarding times, but with one shared mission: document everything, leave emotion behind, strike when the mask slips. Their room. Clara and Lacey were in Suite 9C. We confirmed it with the GPS ping from Clara's suitcase and a casual glance at the guest manifest displayed on the welcome kiosk. Rick and I stayed on opposite shifts, watching, rotating, texting coded updates like spies with broken hearts. From the upper deck lounge, we had a clean line of sight to the adults-only pool. At 2:37 p.m., they emerged. Clara was in a red bikini I'd never seen before. Lacey wore sheer white with matching sunglasses. And the two men, they were there too, holding drinks, touching waists, kissing, and worst of all, laughing, like none of it mattered. The evidence Rick filmed. Clean footage, long lens, zoomed-in audio so crisp we could hear Lacey say, "I told you he wouldn't check my phone. He still thinks I'm at a yoga retreat." They laughed again. I didn't. Rick didn't. "I want to expose her," he whispered. "Not just to her friends, not just to family. I want her parents to see this. I want every smug look, every lie she's ever told, to crumble." "They will," I said, "but not yet." The message that changed everything. That night, as I sat in the quiet corner of the ship's internet cafe, organizing footage, editing timestamps, syncing GPS logs, a message popped up on Rick's burner phone. From Clara. Clara. She thought she was texting Rick's real number. "Can't believe how easy this all is. Just keep them stupid and loyal. We've got 3 more nights to make the most of it." I stared at the screen. Rick stood behind me. He didn't say a word. He didn't have to. We both knew. They weren't just cheating. They were mocking us. Chapter 4. The Exposure. The next morning, the cruise hosted a couples sunset mixer, an open-deck event with music, cocktails, and a photo booth where lovers could take cute pictures to mark the occasion. It was perfect. Clara and Lacey signed up under fake couple names. Their boyfriends, James and Tyler, swaggered in behind them, drinks in hand, clueless and cocky. Rick and I arrived 10 minutes later. We weren't just holding cameras. We were holding a loaded truth, one that was about to detonate in public. The build-up, I passed the cruise DJ a USB. Inside, a short, cleanly edited video with footage of Clara and Lacey kissing their boyfriends, a wide shot of them entering the ship together. The text message Clara sent Rick Lacey's spa retreat selfie, standing beside James, half naked, and the final shot, the suitcase contents I photographed. He raised an eyebrow. "You sure about this?" I smiled. "Play it when I give the signal." The show begins. Clara and Lacey were tipsy, laughing, clinging to their lovers like nothing in the world could touch them. Rick and I stepped up to the bar, 2 drinks in hand, calm, focused. "Cheers," I said quietly. "To the end," Rick replied. Then I turned to the DJ and nodded. The room went silent. At first, people thought it was part of the event, a funny video montage, until the kisses showed up on screen, until Lacey's fake name glowed on the guest registry overlay, until the camera zoomed in on the message, "Just keep them stupid and loyal." And then, the cherry on top, the condom boxes, plain as daylight, laid out beside the red lace lingerie. Gasps, murmurs, phones coming out. And Clara? She went white, then red, then wild. "Turn that off! Turn that off!" she screamed. Tried to storm the DJ booth, but 2 other guests blocked her. People were filming now. Someone shouted, "Is that you? Are you the yoga retreat liar?" Rick stood, held up his phone. "We've been documenting this for 48 hours. This footage is being sent to both your families, your jobs, and your marriage counselors." He pointed to her. "You kissed my son goodbye before screwing another man on a cruise." He turned to Lacey. And you laughed about it. And then I spoke. I walked up to Clara, calm, still. I checked your suitcase, Clara. That's when I knew. You thought I wouldn't notice? You thought I wouldn't check? No. You were right. I trusted you, but I've been watching you. And now, so has everyone else. They left the deck in shame. Their boyfriends? Gone. Security escorted Clara and Lacey back to their rooms. The rest of the cruise? People greeted us like folk heroes. One woman clapped me on the shoulder and said, "Best reality show I've seen in years." Chapter 5. The Fallout. By the time we docked, the story had already gone viral. At least on the ship. Passengers were whispering, pointing. Someone uploaded a blurred version of the footage to Reddit. Comments poured in. Cruise of shame. Caught red-handed. Literally. Justice on the high seas. But Clara and Lacey weren't just internet famous. They were exposed. Their return home. Clara's parents, devout, private, and deeply respected in their small community, called me before she even reached her front door. "Is it true?" her father asked, voice hollow. "Yes, sir," I replied. "Everything." They went silent. Then her mother added, "We always thought something was off the past year. We're sorry, Daniel." I didn't want their apology. I just wanted them to know. Lacey faced worse. Rick made good on his word. He sent the footage to her employer, a boutique PR firm with a strict image clause. He served her divorce papers the day she stepped off the ship, and he filed for full custody of their 6-year-old daughter. When her lawyer tried to negotiate, Rick simply said, "We can go to court, or I can play the yoga retreat video for the judge." She signed everything, and us. Rick and I didn't celebrate. We didn't toast. We didn't gloat. We just sat in a quiet diner on the edge of town 2 weeks later, nursing coffee, talking like old friends who had survived a war. "You know what I hate most?" Rick asked. "What?" "They didn't just betray us, they mocked us for trusting them." I nodded, but in the end, they destroyed their own lives. All we did was press play. Chapter 6. The lesson. 6 months have passed. I live in a different place now. Smaller, simpler, no framed wedding photos, no matching towels, just clean air, quiet mornings, and one toothbrush in the holder, mine. I don't think about Clara every day, but when I do, it's not with pain. It's with clarity. Because now I see what I couldn't back then. She wasn't hiding from me. She was hiding who she really was. And eventually, the truth wanted out. What I learned that betrayal doesn't come crashing in like thunder. It slips through the cracks, in half-truths, long silences, and late-night phone glances. But most importantly, I learned that silence is not weakness. It's strategy. You don't always have to yell to be heard. You don't need to fight to win. Sometimes the best revenge is letting someone build the rope and calmly watching them hang themselves with it. Rick's message. He sent me a photo last week, him and his daughter laughing on a hiking trail. The caption read, "We don't miss her. We remember. And we smile anyway." He won his custody battle. He's rebuilding too. 2 fathers, 2 homes, 2 lives left in ruin, but only one set of hands responsible. And it wasn't ours. Final thoughts. If you're reading this, wondering whether to confront the liar in your life, don't. Not yet. Wait. Watch. Gather your truth like a blade in the dark, and when the moment is right, let the facts speak louder than fury. Let their lies collapse under the weight of your patience, because the deepest cuts are the ones they never see coming. Was this revenge justified? If it hit you in the gut, like the story, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who's ever been lied to. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. This is Lauren's story, where betrayal burns, truth stings, and revenge always finds its voice. Subscribe now and stay close to the truth, because the next story might be your own.